New tonight, the Uvalde Schools police chief, criticized for his response to the deadly school shooting there, is defending his actions now. Pete Arredondo just gave his first extended comments on what happened on May 24th. He did that with our news partners at the Texas Tribune. It comes the same day that the Texas House Committee began its investigation into the Uvalde school shooting. Arredondo's interview was done over the phone and with his attorney standing by. Again, he spoke with the Texas Tribune reporter there, Zach Desparts, who joins us tonight. Zach, I just read through this article. It is impressive. It is a long article. It is comprehensive. Arredondo very much defending his actions in this article as he was standing in that hallway at Robb Elementary in Uvalde. Among the things that he defended, he said he never considered himself the scene's incident commander. Can you elaborate on that? Because up to now, we've been hearing he was the person in charge.
Yes, Jason, that is a great point. Chief Arredondo made clear to my colleague James Barragan and I that he never considered himself the incident commander of the shooting response as state officials had described him as in the days after the shooting, and had said that Chief Arredondo was not an effective overseer of that scene. Chief Arredondo told us that he was one of the first police officers to arrive at Robb Elementary School after the reports of the shooting came in. He rushed with a couple other officers into the school. He found that the gunman at that point had barricaded himself inside 2 locked classrooms. And at that point, the chief decided he was going to stay in that hallway for the duration of the event until they were going to find some way to get into that classroom and neutralize the shooter. The chief said that at no point he gave anyone any orders, didn't provide any supervisory role. He certainly didn't say to any officers to stand down or stand by or not do everything they possibly could, in his estimation, to stop the shooter.
Wow, Zach, that is definitely going to be something that investigators are going to have to look at as they look at the response to this. If he didn't know he was in charge, the question is, who was in charge? He also talked to you about the reason he didn't bring his radio into the school with him. There's been a lot said about that. What did he tell you? Why did he leave the radios behind?
Chief Arredondo told us that he made a conscious decision to leave his police radios where he first arrived at the school, so he could run into the school without dropping them, so he would have both of his hands free in case he needed to use his pistol, as he thought might be a very likely outcome. The police experts that we spoke with were critical of that decision because, as I mentioned, Chief Arredondo felt like he should remain right there outside the classroom door for the duration of the event. Not having the radios deprived him of the opportunity to communicate with other officers from other agencies, to get a big picture view of the event, which turned into, as your viewers know, a 77-minute standoff with the shooter.
Last thing I want to ask you real quick as our time is dwindling here, Zach, is DPS has said that Arredondo did not respond to follow-up interview requests. The chief, though, refuting that.
He is refuting that. He says that he gave interviews with them in the days immediately after the shooting, that he was covering some other shifts, so he wasn't always able to get right back to them, but he is certainly cooperating with them and wants to assist in the investigation.
Zach Desparts, some just extraordinary reporting, an extraordinary scoop there with the Texas Tribune. It's on the front page if you look it up online. Thank you so much for joining us and walking us through that.